Brooklyn. We was rocking the same funky fresh rhymes with a comic book scene. Indie comic books. From Marvel to DC. We knew what to do. We were the kings. Flipping through those pages, superheroes and villains. They were our saviors from Spider-Man to Watchmen. We had it all. Comic book collectors standing tall. We're the comic book kings. Rocking the hip-hop scene. Flipping through the pages, living our dreams. From indie comic books to the mainstream. We're the comic book kings. It's our way.
Hey, Batman and Robin. What are you guys doing?
Just routine crime fighting.
Would you like to come inside? I'm rehearsing.
Thank you, citizen, but our pursuit of justice allows us few diversions.
Oh,
He's seen you.
hi, Robin. Hey, you guys come and catch my act sometime. I dig yours. All right, fellas, one more time. From a whippoorwill.
Boing, boing. Let's go. Oh, gosh almighty. Finally got it done here. What's up, Surcam? How are you doing?
Happy New Comic Book Day.
For those of you here for the first time, I'm Lorenzo. This is my comic son, Surcam Stances, a.k.a. Marcus. And we do this thing every Wednesday where we talk about comic books. We have a guest, usually that's in the comic industry. And maybe throw in a couple of reviews and talk about stuff that's going to happen next week. So, and that's all brought to you by the Alternative City Shop. And this is it right here.
I not only love reading indie comics, but I've self-published several indie comics of my own. You can find them on my Alternative City Shop, which has a link below this video. There, you'll find, along with my comics, t-shirts, stickers, and mystery boxes, you'll find pins and magnets that I call CBOs, or comic book originals, which are buttons, magnets, and pocket mirrors that I make from superhero comic books. These are one-of-a-kind items made from images cut directly from comic books, not photocopies, so each one is unique.
There it is. What up to the chat? Always so good to see all the homies. Of course, we got Phil's Treehouse in the house. Never enough Phil's out here. Good to see you, Phil, as always. Our man Wellbore is here. What up, Wellbore? Wellbore showed a picture of somebody's house, and it was snow everywhere in April. And I was like, thanks, I hate it. I don't like this picture. I don't like this picture at all. We got, of course, the lovely Miss Janet is here. Thank you, Miss Janet. Always good to see you. And we've got Larry Love, also known as
Larry Love and the Quiet Storm. Yes, sir, yeah. Bob.
What up, Larry? Thanks for joining us, man. We got Space Case Cards here with us again, one of our regulars. Good to see you. End of Zed is back for a new Comic Book Day episode. Critical Entertainment is here. Thank you so much to Critical Entertainment for sending me some books. I am working my way through it. I am loving this Zombie Zero so far.
Nice.
It's reminding me of a lot of things, actually. So enjoying that stuff. Definitely check them out, criticalenertainmentla.com. And we got Peter Regatta. What's up, Peter? Good to see you. Thanks for coming through. My camera looks all messed up here. I'll shoot it back to you while I try and fix this.
Okay. Wow. It's a little bit of a blurry thing going on there. You take a little, maybe got a little schmutz on your camera there. Just take a little thing there.
I think I fixed it.
You think you fixed it? Okay. All right. Yeah. Your audio was fine. The video was a little blurry, but I think you're okay now. So yeah, I think you're good. Yeah, that's great. I got a package from Critical Entertainment too. Thank you so much. There's our guest who's in the chat here, Wesley Edwards. Greetings, sir. We'll be getting to you shortly. And wow, it's a beautiful day. I don't know where you guys are. It's as nice as it is here, but it's like super sunny and the nicest day in a long time. And the sun shines so bright. It looks bright in the window.
I'm back in my yard watching the sprinklers. I don't know what it is about watching the sprinklers water your yard. I don't know when I got to the age of enjoying water sprinklers with watering your yard, but I'm definitely there. I've seeded again, and so spring is here, and I'm loving it, man. I love this weather.
Oh, you got the automatic sprinklers, huh? So you just turn them on and sit back.
No. I got to move them around and adjust.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We don't even have that. We just have a hose. It's feeling like we're not spraying it manually. It's not going to get watered, but it's still cool to have.
We got D'Artagnan. And I said it. We're now saying his name correctly.
You did it.
I am saying it correctly, specifically.
That's awesome. Yeah,
but it was a cool day, man. A lot of dope books. I absolutely love. I don't know what her name is, but the new Hawkeye cover.
The new Hawkeye.
Yeah.
She is badass too, man. This is like, I don't be sad to see this series come to an end because it's only a 6-issue series.
I think it's gonna stay. I think that we're gonna get more of it. I think people are longing for a new vision on some things. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I think that the popularity of this one is gonna bring it back. We'll see though.
Hopefully so. But then it's one of those Elseworlds thing, because if everybody dies, then hey, that's the end of the series, It's like with Spider Shadow, it had kind of a finality to it. If you can find Spider Shadow by Chip, who also wrote who's writing Avengers Twilight, pick that up. That's a highly underrated series.
I had that one, but that one had no future. It has no future.
It had no future, but it was good. It was good. I mean, it was a good alternative. Alternative. Thank God it didn't turn out that way because some bad stuff happened. But it was interesting to read.
That was Chip. Yeah, that was Chip, wasn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. He even did one of the 1 in 25 cover. I want to say he occasionally does covers too. He does art like he did with Public Domain. Like he did the art on Public Domain too. So that was another great series.
We're getting more of that book. He had an interview with actual Dracula, one of the homies in the community, and I got a chance to ask him if we were going to get more. And apparently there's already more. If you are signed up to his Substack, then you've already the next installment of Public Domain. But it's getting ready to come to physical media soon. So I'll definitely be picking that one up.
Yeah, I might consider that Substack to some people like James T. and Chip. I'm not sure how much it even costs. Is it expensive?
They said it. Yeah, I'm not sure how much it is, but it's different for each artist. If I were to sign up for one, I would definitely do Tynan's. But my fear is that I would sign up for it and pay for it and not use it. So that's why.
That's what I would be afraid of. Yeah. Like some channel I'm not watching or something. That's that would be unfortunate. Gosh. Speaking of watching stuff on TV, are you watching anything now that gets you excited?
X-Men episode 5 was I was not watching X-Men. I was gonna binge it all when it was done, but everybody reacting last week to the episode 5, I was like, all right, I need to go watch this before it gets spoiled. And glad that I did. The hype is real, man. I'm just loving that we're getting something good. It feels like it's been a while.
Yeah, I tried to avoid spoilers, but I couldn't. I just okay, all right. People showing their covers and stuff. Oh, okay. Now
I got the hint.
Get killed.
Yeah, I got the hint who was going to die too. Yeah, I did. Yeah. We got Damien sneaking in. What's up, Sleepy Reader? 666. Good to see you, homie.
You're our favorite person around here. One of our favorite people.
Zed, Fallout's on my list, definitely.
Shogun. Fallout. I heard about Fallout.
It's on Amazon Prime. It's based
Shogun. I think we watched. Yeah, the first episode of Shogun we watched. It was pretty. It was good. I don't know if anyone remembers the original Shogun from like not the book, but the original adaptation that was on NBC probably 30 years ago, 30, 40 years ago. That was a huge deal back then. I remember watching the first episode and somebody's head got cut off. Like, whoa, that never happens on network TV. I gotta watch this thing. Now it's a little bit of a different feel to it because so much has been done before on network TV, but it looked like it was pretty decent.
Okay.
I tell you, what we did watch was, and I was really happy about it at first, but then the ending was not really satisfying. Was Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the version done by my guy from Atlanta,
Donald Glover.
yeah, Donald Glover. Yeah, Donald Glover. Yeah, and it was got to a good start, but I don't want to say anything, but yeah, I'll just say that it wasn't a satisfying ending for us, but it was a good ride for the 8 episodes, but then it's kind of like, oh, I'm sorry that happened, but Fallout is on the list.
Yeah.
And what's else? The best, The Last of Us. I still haven't seen that. I still haven't watched the rest of that because
that was good. You should definitely watch that.
Yeah, really it's like kind of like Stranger Things is last season or most recent season, where like every episode is like a Marvel movie. It's like over an hour and a half long each episode. So it's kind of been a problem for me, especially since Janet don't want to watch it.
The dude, I can't think of his name, but he played Ron Swanson on that Community, and there's all those great memes with his character.
Yeah.
Well, he is a character in The Last of Us. He actually won an Emmy for it, I believe. And his episode that he has, where that's actually, I think is more than one, but he has one main episode where it's really about him and his relationship. I loved that episode. He deserved every inch of that Emmy that he got. And I still to this day think about that episode. It was such a great love story. I really appreciated it, man. You should so watch that show. So good.
Yeah. I will eventually. So much stuff. I'm more behind on that than I am on comic books to read.
We got Thomas Nichols comedy in the house.
What's up, Thomas Nichols? What's happening, buddy? Good to see you.
Snuck in. Mojo
and Mojo. He talked about Mrs. Smith. Yeah. I agree 100%. 100%. It's too bad. One thing, Donald Glover he has been in the gym. Donald Glover's got the upper body. Like he did not have that back in Atlanta when he was on Atlanta.
He was especially when he was on Community. He was just a little skinny dude.
Yeah. This dude, I'm gonna show my pecs off, and I've been working too hard for this not to be seen. Every chance he took his shirt off. Every chance he got, he took his shirt off. So it was a thing that was some people might like.
TN comedy. It was 9 episodes of The Last of Us. It's on HBO. And like I said, it's really good. The whole thing is really good.
Yeah, plus our guy, the Mandalorian, is in there too. Yeah, that's a good thing. In a different kind of role.
If you're upset by homosexual stuff, though, you might avoid it because my favorite episode is super. Lots of homosexualness, but it's my favorite. I love it. It was what I was just talking about, really.
Oh, heavens to Betsy.
It's a beautiful love story. The best homosexual love story I've ever watched. Better than Brokeback Mountain. Really.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not joking. I mean, I'm serious. It was a great love story. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, Brokeback Mountain was more like an affair. It wasn't really a love story.
Yeah, they were in love, though. And that was the tragedy of that, is that they were in love, but they could never be together because of the culture they were in,
Good point. Yeah. So I got a ton of books, man. I don't know about you, but I got stuff, as you say, from Critical Entertainment that I want to talk about too, and also my haul, and not to mention other stuff before we get to our guest, which I want to get that done before we make him wait much longer. So
we got Chris. We got Chris in here with some spelling mistakes. Not sure. Got a tattoo something. That's I can't spell today is what he's trying to say there. Not I can't.
Well, there you go. That proves it right there.
What up, Chris? Good to see you.
Sometimes spell check is your enemy. I hate that when that happens. Yeah. So do I have my books? Yeah, I do have my books here. Let me go right here. All right. This one's the deal here. First from Marvel, Miles Morales what is this? I don't remember. Number 19. Miles going on 20 without being rebooted. That's a good thing.
They're building up Rabble. Apparently, they don't usually reboot till 30 something, probably. So we got a few more.
Yeah, they did the last time. So, damn it! I hope they don't do it this time. Let's just keep going. Just keep going. It's a good book, and don't raise the price.
I guess
That'd
the
be
Rabble
great.
is going to be his Rabble is going to be his Green Goblin, I guess.
Well, yeah, Rabble. Rabble had some hype behind her. That whole thing that happened at the beginning that you didn't like. Giant size Hulk.
I thought it was kind of dumb.
Yeah, well, it's what are you gonna do? Giant size Hulk. Have not read it. In fact, I need to read the last issue of regular Hulk before I read this, probably, because I may miss something if I don't do that. You got it too. Yeah, first appearance of somebody in here who will be very important, I'm sure, at some point.
I'm sure worth millions. Everybody get it.
Yeah, well, you never know until it happens.
You always say you never know, but you probably
never know. I mean, but you have about 50 first appearances. Maybe 3 of them might be important. Oh, you're mirroring me. I see. There you go. Ultimate with good choices, sir. Good patchwork, man. Thank you, Space Case Comics. See, man, the chat knows everything. The patchwork, man. I've been called some kind of a patchwork person before. Maybe I'm just imagining that stuff. But this is the 3rd Ultimate Black Panther.
He has an op-ed from Community tab. Oh, okay, I got you now. Okay, sorry.
What you talking? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I gotta watch Community. I never watched Community. I just seen a few episodes of it. The ones I've seen have been pretty funny. So I'll probably catch that at some point too. They're only half hour long.
I have not read any of Ultimate Black Panther, but I'm gonna read it now because I want to see Storm and Killmonger.
Yeah, speed read up to this one, which is the first appearance of Ultimate Storm and Ultimate Killmonger, which everything like the regular universe duo is going to be pretty awesome. Here's the one you're talking about: Twilight Avengers, the penultimate issue of that one. Oh man, this is good stuff. Great minds think alike. And on to DC. I got a lot of DC this week. Love DC's reprints.
Can't marry you on this.
The DC's oh my god, that kombucha giving me a little verklempt gas here. Reprinting Crisis number 1, the first spectacular issue, only $3.99. I discovered that Marvel jacks up their facsimiles to $4.99, and they don't print them on newsprint like DC does. Like, this was printed on newsprint originally. We print the whole thing just as it was. It's so genius. I love that. Love you, DC. Yeah. Thanks so much.
It can't. I am an indie. Obviously, we're both indie books people first. But in the battle of Marvel versus DC, when it comes to comic books, Marvel's nowhere near where DC is. They're just not. In my book, they're not.
I think right now the Ultimate Universe is saving Marvel for me. I probably would have a lot less books if not for that new Ultimate Universe. If it stays good, it might be a good thing. It will be a good thing. And of course, the Ultimate books. Yeah. And all the Ultimate books are like $5.99.
Yeah. It's not the best quality, it's not the best prices, but they're Marvel.
That's a pessimistic view, Dan.
Solid financial advice right there.
That's no fun. I'm not saying spend money on them. You can get them for like cover price or less. It's not that big of a loss. Batman Off-World, drawn by Doug Mankey. Jason Aaron is the writer on here. The Thanagarian, the version, I guess, of Hawkman is in here. But this is really good artwork. That's why I picked this one. I have like a couple of them. I don't have number 3, I think. I bought it for the artwork. Just so happens there's a first appearance in here. I swear to God. Also from DC is World's Finest, which is an excellent comic book. I just looked at this one. I've been stacking these two along with Detective. I'm going to read them someday because I know it's great stuff from Dan Mora's art is awesome. And Mark Waid. Mark Waid's writing. This is like I guess every DC fan is probably reading this book, and I don't blame them. This is excellent, one of their best books. I do love Batman. well, Batman's in here, so anything with Batman in it, I probably lean toward it. And I'm pulling Superman, number 11, I want to say. Or was it 13? Damn, see, I'm behind on this too.
I am
this
not
is
pulling Superman, but I meant to get this one because it's a connecting cover to the Action Comics book that came out.
oh yeah. I should look at it. Yeah, I can. Yeah, sure is. Yeah, this is one thing it's on my pull list at one of my stores. And what's my internet is dying? Oh no, I know the feeling. Hope so. I know that feeling, Jose.
Man down.
Oh my God, I hate when that happens, man. That's just like remember the days of Equid. That was just a submarine wreck, don't you know? That was something that we went through almost every week, and it was just horrific to go through. Oh my God.
These
You're known for us. I know. Not although it's not Equid's fault, it's my own, because I know, not Equid's fault. I know. I know. Because I wish, but I think the problem is, Thomas, is that we all have bad internet out here. We're out in the boondocks, and it's just like, we're out where God never meant people to live, only the coyotes and such. So Cobra Commander, I think this is going to be coming to an end in number 5, I want to say. I've been reading Duke, I've been reading Transformers, but I only read the first maybe 2 of this one. I got to catch up on this one too. So far behind on so much stuff. Man, what have I been doing on Catch Up Saturday? Clearly not reading comic books. Oh gosh. All right, Sam and Twitch. More about this later. This is number 2. This is a $2.99 book with a cardstock cover, written by Todd McFarlane and this fellow Goff, which I'll talk more about later. So as you'll see. Oh, a lot of stuff. 16 books. The whole 10 book minimum thing, out the window. That's been out the window for a long time.
I've heard you talk about that for a long time.
Oh,
yeah.
That's because it's not a possibility anymore. It's just not. It's been happening. Trying, but like, where do these books come from? Oh, you keep subbing to them, and they just keep coming out. That's what happens. Yeah, that's how that works. Yeah, it's true. Like that's who I am. If I had the Don Henley song right now, I'd play it. I belong to the city. This is Moon Man, number 2. I got that. I think it's a B cover, but they have some dope covers for this book. I don't know why, but they got a lot of nice virgin covers. This is one of them. Been a couple of months since the first one came out, so you can still go find it if you missed it, and I recommend you doing so. Who was that? Was that Critical Entertainment saying that they got to pick this one up? This is Animal Pound number 3. Yeah. This has been good too. I'm glad these books are coming out staggered. It's giving me a chance to catch up. So I'm current on both this and on Moon Man. So that helps me a lot. So much stuff to do. Under Heist. Now, Under Heist is a $4.99 book. I read number 1. Bought number 2 to catch up on it, but it is like super thin, which is different than the following book, which I'll tell you about in a second. It's a good book, man, but it's like almost wafer thin, if you will. It's probably just just enough to tease you and get you involved with it, And this one, however, which I totally overlooked last week, but I looked back and realized I'd already subbed to it, and not subbed to it, but already pre-ordered it. And the shop had pulled a copy for me because they knew what kind of stuff I like. This is Dudley Datsun and the Forever Machine by Scott Snyder and Jamal Igley. Number 1. This is like $4.99 book, and it's almost like $6.99 book thickness. It's super thick. So sometimes they get you on that first book, which is a good bait. Just get them into to read it, and we'll see what happens from there. I have 1 hour online. Then offline. Oh my God. Oh man. It was like they used to like stagger their electricity back in the days of blackouts in New York City. Yeah, this is a Blue Book, 1947, number 3. It's probably going 4 or 5 issues. You got that
I'm
one
back.
too. Hey, you're back in it. You're amazing. That's awesome. And the last one is one that I think I won you over with also. Helena Windhorn, number 2. From my man, my main man himself, Tom Hill. Oh, Tom King.
Name
I'm
a
sorry.
big Tom. Yeah, name a bigger Tom King fan. I'll wait.
That's right. Line them up. I'm one of them. So yeah, that's the whole deal. Animals, yeah, animal at the pound, yeah, rebel, yes. Who doesn't want to see that?
You can never go wrong with George Orwell.
You can't, man. You just can't. So I want to talk about the books, or at least I haven't had a chance to read them yet, but to show you the books that I got from Critical Entertainment, sir. Mr. Rada. This was actually signed by the creators. This is Planetary Expansion number 4. I got that one. So I got to catch up on Planetary Expansion. I haven't read the first 3 yet, so I'm remiss. The Quarrel, also signed by the creators. This is a very cool looking cover.
I read that.
You got that one too? You read that one already? So you're ahead of me.
It's an easy read. There's no words, so it's pretty quick read.
That's right. For people like me who don't like words, yes. That's that's right up my alley. Oh, it got dark all of a sudden. This went under a cloud or something. Minion, this is one I was kind of excited about because I saw the premise for this one. This is very, very cool looking. Looks kind of like Zorro a bit. Yeah.
I read this one. It's an interesting setup. I need more. I need more to really understand what's going on, though. But it's an interesting start.
Well, it's got you interested. That's the important part. And this big one here, Space Dragon. This is like a very well produced book. It's like one of those distillery books. This one is nice.
Another one with no words.
Really? Oh well, hell. Let me get started right away on those. Those will be first. Awesome. So that's from Critical Entertainment. And gosh, we're coming up on our 6:30 time now. So we'll do the reviews. You got anything for what's good later on?
I got one book. Yeah, I'll talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, I got a couple of 2-3 things. So we do what's good and the reviews after we talk to Mr. Wesley Edwards, who is joining us right now. Now, Wesley Edwards is on Instagram. I put his Instagram down below, and I put his shop down below where you can get his merchandise and his books also. So let me did I just get rid of him? I'm sorry, Wesley. I mean, I pushed the wrong button. Oh, damn. Join us again, man. I'm sorry. I mean, I just clicked the wrong button.
Get him out of here.
I'm looking one way and I'm clicking the other way, trying to be smooth, and I hit the wrong damn button. So he'll be joining us in a second. He'll be talking about his art. He sent me. Well, he didn't send me, but he's got this this Philip K. Dick novel that he illustrated on his Instagram page, and you can download or read for free. So be sure to check that out too. And he's back now. So man, sorry about that, Wesley. I want to make sure I add to you correctly this time. Add to stage. Yes, on what button I clicked last time. Wesley, how are you? Nothing much, man. How are you? You're coming to us from talk about internet issues. He's coming to us from Thailand, if I'm not mistaken, right? So he's in Thailand right now. So he's across the pond and then some.
Yeah. So
man,
if my internet cuts out, I apologize.
No worries.
Hey, we're no stranger to that. We'll
to act up on me. So, yeah.
Yes, we're no stranger to that whatsoever.
Cool.
Yeah, if it happens, then you come on back. We'll be waiting for you. No worries. Yeah. So tell us a little about. We were just talking about your free book that you have on your Instagram. Tell us a little about yourself and your art.
Yeah, so I'm a comic artist. I've been taking and I've been adapting them. Most people know Philip K. Dick from Blade Runner. That was the most popular adaptation of his books, which was actually, I have the actual book here. It was originally called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Right.
And so I started doing comics. I guess a couple of years ago. I had my own ideas, but I didn't feel like I had enough experience making comics, and so I wanted to start adapting somebody else's work to kind of cut my teeth and learn how to actually put comics together before I did my own ideas. And so I was looking for like public domain stories that I could maybe adapt. And I started coming across Philip K. Dick's work, and I noticed he had a whole bunch of short stories that were kind of like Twilight Zone episodes.
Hmm.
And I noticed that the the adaptations that people had done out there, um, I didn't feel like they got the kind of strangeness of the stories that he has. His stuff is very much like based around the idea of like what is reality. And I saw in one of the clips that you had posted on your Instagram today, you were talking about the Matrix. And I
Yeah.
thought that was perfect because Philip, he's inspired the Matrix, he's inspired the Truman Show. Um, I think his work is so relevant. I think it's so relevant for comic artists because there's so many good ideas in his work that nobody has capitalized on. Like Blade Runner is a great movie. I love it. I did a video analysis uh, series on my YouTube channel, just like going through and breaking down the film, and it's great. But there's so many ideas that are in the novel that they never put into the film, and so I think that there's a lot to talk about. I think he's very relevant, especially with the AI thing going on now. But
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
yeah, I mean, what draws me to his work and what's interesting to me about his work is like so much of the science fiction tropes that you see in like Black Mirror and things like that. They've all kind of cribbed ideas from his work, but his stuff is very unique because it was all inspired by like these mystical experiences that he was having. So in my video essay series on my YouTube channel, I go through his private journals where he's basically trying to figure out like what were these experiences that he was having because according to him he said that a lot of the books in the last like 10 years of his life they were all dictated to him by some intelligence that was beyond him and he couldn't figure out if it was God or if it was or if it was some entity that was trying to mess with him or if he was just going crazy. He couldn't figure it out. And if you look at his
Wow.
stories, so many of his stories are kind of based around this thing. Like the first comic that I have, which you can get on my Gumroad for free. I don't know if I should post it in the chat, but the first story is called "The Hanging Stranger," and it's like 50 pages. But the crux of the story is basically this guy who's just on his way to work and he sees a dead body hanging in a town square and everybody just walks past it like it doesn't exist. And so he can't figure out if he's seeing into some other dimension or if he's going crazy. And so it's interesting that like so much of his stuff is drawn on his own personal experience.
Hmm. Yeah, I read that
Yeah.
last night. Yeah, that was pretty freaky.
Art is
Yeah.
trippy. Yeah.
I was surprised that is a lot of his work in the public domain or just certain works of his available that way.
There's a listing on the Philip K. Dick Estate website of like all the stuff that's public domain. So like the Adjustment Bureau, that's a Philip K. Dick story. Um,
Radio Free
before, like,
album.
uh,
The Man in the High Castle is him. I did.
I'm
not
sorry,
know
say that
that.
again. Yep.
I was saying The Man in the
Yep.
High Castle. I did not know that was him. Yeah.
Yep. Man in the High Castle. There's a ton. There's a ton of films that have been based off his work. So right now I'm going through and I'm doing like an analysis on Minority Report. So it's kind of like I call the comic the Philip K. Dick Files because like I said, I just approached his work like I knew about him, but I just approached his work because I wanted to learn how to make comics. But then I
Mhm.
started to read into his life and I started seeing like his inspirations and I came across his journals and then I started watching the films and started trying to cross-reference some of the ideas in his personal journals. And then that just opens up like this huge rabbit hole of different things that you can get into, and just so many interesting things like Minority Report, the whole idea of precognition, right? It's just really fascinating stuff. I think that, you know, like most of the times whenever you look at adaptations, the books are always better. So if like Minority Report of Blade Runner interested you, you gotta check out his actual books.
Oh
Because
wow, yeah.
they're really trippy, especially like Ubik.
Damien says something that I've been thinking, actually. His comment, if you want to highlight it. I've actually been thinking this. I'm surprised by this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Because so many big movies have been made. Like, first of all, Blade Runner and Minority Report were huge big budget movies.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, they save so much money on paying a writer by using a public domain like that. But that's incredible that's available.
Well, I think both Minority Report and Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, those are post 1970. I think there's a law that's like after 30 years, the copyright, like a lot of his short stories end up being public domain because they're just so old that they didn't have the estate didn't have the chance to renew the copyright on them.
Oh, okay.
So, like I said, if you go into his main website, philipkdick.com, I think is what it is, then it basically gives you a listing of like what is public domain and what isn't. But yeah, I mean, I was interested in hearing what y'all guys had to say about the Matrix comment that I saw this morning. Like, what were y'all's what was the context of that conversation? Because I know it was the Batman comic, right?
Yeah, it was just the setup in Batman. There's this villain called Failsafe, and it's basically a robot. But the setup is that Damien, who's Robin, thinks that the robot is Bruce, and so he thinks that Bruce transferred his mind from his mortal body into this robotic body. And just my thought that we had talked about that week was, what if in the Matrix it's not our artificial intelligence that's farming human beings, but it's actually human beings who turn their backs on humanity? And I thought that was a lot creepier than some foreign, scary AI robot, but it's ourselves who are the enemy. We just thought that was a bit creepier and would be interested to see somebody do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
A human being, it'll be so dark.
Yeah, it wouldn't have to even be the Matrix. It would just be a setup where the robots were actually humans.
And so you're using Dick's work to get motivation in your comic book creation. Are you using anyone else's public domain work to do that also? Are you working on anyone else's public domain?
No, right now.
Scripts.
No, I have my own ideas that I want to do outside of Philip's work. There's not really any other like public domain stuff that interests me as much. Mostly because, like I said, I think that Philip's work it's interesting because there's this connection between religious themes as well as like artificial intelligence, and I think that he really captures the modern world better than like Isaac Asimov or any of these other guys that were doing science fiction at the time, because he, like if you think about like the opening scene of Blade Runner, Deckard is kind of like a portrait of the modern person in a lot of ways, right? Because what is he doing? He's flipping through the newspaper and he's looking for a job,
Mm-hmm.
And who can relate to that now, right? Like we're in this situation where it's like everybody lives on top of one another. We don't know what the consequences of this AI stuff is going to be. Like, is it just going to wipe out complete sectors of the job market, and then everything is just going to be owned by these monopolistic companies, right? Like that's what the Tyrell Corporation is in a sense.
Yep.
Yes.
I think that's many of
have
our
y'all
fears.
Have y'all seen the Sora? Have y'all seen the Sora video?
I have
No.
not.
The AI. Oh my gosh. I don't know if y'all have any interest in sharing the screen if y'all guys want to look it up. It's crazy. AI generated text to video, dude. I mean, it looks completely real.
Just making AI
It looks
artificial
completely-
content. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy with that whole
One.
idea. The thing that they said that they were going to, robots and artificial intelligence were going to take away the menial jobs so that we could have more time for things like art, liberal arts and things. But it seems like AI is taking away the liberal arts things, and we're going to be consigned to, the remedial work. I fear, it seems.
Yeah, I just don't trust AI in the hands of the wrong people is the only
Yeah, I
problem.
mean,
Go ahead.
yeah, and I mean that's the thing is like how do you stop that? How do you stop something like that from getting in the wrong person's hands?
You don't.
Seriously.
You don't.
Yeah.
The wrong people are building it, so we're screwed.
Now, before you
Yeah.
started doing comics, you were an illustrator in advertising or some other field?
I've been doing like freelance illustration for like board games or just random clients online before I started doing the comics. Yeah, so I've got like and I sell prints and stuff like that as well, like my own personal work. But yeah, I think comics has always been kind of the pool though, because you can have like so much control over what it is that you're doing.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw. This is what
Yeah.
after we
How long have you been
we
making?
connected on IG. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. How long have you been doing comics, Lorenzo?
Oh my God. I first started drawing back when I was like probably 6 or 7 years old, and I wanted to do comics way back then, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And I finally self-published a couple of books like 20 years ago when Complicated Hair came out, I want to say. Yeah, so it's been about to the last 20, 25 years, I'd say. Yeah, so it's been kind of recent, relatively speaking, as to how old I am, but I need to get back into it. Now you got other stuff going on too, besides the Philip K. Dick files too. You say you have some creative, so your own creations that you're working on?
Yeah, I've got a couple ideas that I'm writing on, and I'm just slowly figuring that out. But that stuff I don't really talk about. I've got like maybe some pieces on my Instagram that people can go and look at for different stuff. But most of my focus is just on the Philip K. Dick stuff. Just getting those out there and trying to build like a reader base of people. I'm curious what your guys' opinion is on like what's the best way of building like an audience for what it is that y'all guys have done, because I know y'all guys have been super consistent with doing this show and having this like pretty much every week. Lorenzo, I think I heard you say that like doing the live podcasts and whatnot was a huge help for you as far as like building an audience, right?
Yeah, I mean, IG and YouTube is probably the best. You're doing it. Maybe I would. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I shared it in the chat.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, I should know that. Yeah, I have to see all that.
Thank you,
Well, man, I've only seen the IG and your personal website, but yeah, I mean, I need to do this more myself. I would maybe just do more drawing. A lot of people do like live drawing on their YouTube channels. Just to live stream and just people watching you draw. You just like maybe at night and people check in and they say what's up, and they love to see people just drawing. So that's one avenue you could do. You're doing I looked at your IG. You got a lot of stuff from your advertising, or from your freelance, I should say, work. That's some great stuff, and it's very different stuff. It's different than your you know, it's really great stuff, but it's different than your comic stuff, you know. So the Philip K. Dick files, is that the correct name? The Philip K. Dick files. And the first one, the Hanging Man, is just the first one of much more to come. What do you have?
So the first,
which other one's going to adapt other than that one?
So the first one is the Hanging Stranger. The second one is the Golden Man. You can get both of those on my Gumroad link that that you guys posted in the chat. Both of those are for free. And then that subscribes you to my newsletter, so that kind of allows me to keep in contact with people that download the dope shirt. Oh yeah, thanks, man. Thank you for sharing my work. That's really cool of you guys. I really appreciate
I like
that.
I like that one.
Thank you.
It's cool.
So yeah, the Golden Man is like it's, I don't know if y'all guys are familiar with the story, but it's kind of got like an X-Men kind of vibe. And I think that if you go and you read the story, it's kind of another example of how much Philip has inspired so many different things in our culture, because it's, you know, it's basically about people getting powers after World War III, and but you know, he puts his own twist to it. But you can see that it was probably an inspiration for the X-Men, or for some early superhero stuff for sure.
Yeah, because he predates the X-Men by some time. That's true. Wow.
Are either of y'all familiar with his work outside of the films or anything like that?
No, I've just maybe one. Did he write Fun with Your New Head? Are you familiar? Is that the? Yeah, it's like it's a sci-fi book, a paperback I've had for a while. I want to say Philip K. Dick wrote that one. Ender's Game, I remember reading it a long time ago, but I don't remember a lot about it. But I had a friend who was like so into Philip K. Dick, and he's just like, you know, just sing his praises all the time.
Thomas Dish was Fun with Your New Head.
Oh, okay. Look at you, lightning fingers. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be, after this, I'm going to be doing a deep dive on this guy. I'm actually super fascinated by him.
Me too. I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing your work as I've already read The Hanging Stranger, and it was pretty trippy. I'm looking forward to the next adaptation of his work, because man, to say that he was like in a way channeling something. Are you familiar with Morbius? Mobius, excuse me, the French artist. You do a lot of stuff for heavy metal. He said the same thing. He said he would just sometimes just start drawing, man, and it's just like automatic pilot. I'm just spitting out stuff that, you know, I don't know where it's coming from, but here it is. You know, so if you're gonna be channeling something, hopefully it's something as awesome and creative as that as those two guys.
Yeah, man. So if you look through Philip K. Dick's work, like, so if you look at the video essay series that I have on my YouTube channel, I do a breakdown of Blade Runner, and I do one for Minority Report, which I'm wrapping up the Minority Report one now. But what's really interesting is that his estate also published some of his personal notes as well, his personal notebooks, because it was in, I think it was in the year 1974 that he had this psychedelic mystical experience. And you know, he was somebody that had experimented with psychedelics, and he had like all these really like a really interesting life up until this point. But I think this was like, he died in 84, and I think Blade Runner came out in like 85, 86. So he saw a little bit of Blade Runner before it came out, but I don't think he saw the final cut of it.
He died 4 months before it released.
Wow, man.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So he had no idea it was going to have such a huge impact. But it was 10 years before his death. He had this experience where he talks about it in his journals, and it's called The Exegesis of Philip K. Dick. And you can obviously you can buy it on Amazon. I found a PDF version of it, and so I'm able to kind of like search through specific terms, and it's basically like letters that he would send his friends and families talking about this experience he had in 1974, where he said that he went and he had a wisdom tooth pulled, and he was sitting at home and he was waiting for somebody to come and deliver him some pain medication. And so he was waiting for somebody to show up, and he said that he was having this excruciating pain from having the wisdom tooth pulled. And he opened the door. Whenever the delivery person got there, he heard him knock on the door. He walked up, he opened the door, and as he opened the door, it was a woman standing in front of him, and she had the Christ fish pendant necklace on. Actually, R. Crumb, he did a comic on Philip K. Dick. You can look it up. It's called like the psychedelic mystery of Philip K. Dick or something like that. You can find that comic online. Or Crumb, he completely illustrates the whole thing. According to Philip K. Dick, he says that this woman was standing with his pain medication, and she had the Christ fish pendant on. And he said that a beam of light from the sun hit the fish pendant and bounced off it, and it struck him in the head. And he felt like this immediate download of all this information. And he said that it was suddenly revealed to him. This is what it is that he says. You can call it crazy or whatever. I'm just telling you what it is that he says. He said that it was immediately revealed to him that everything it is that they were living in the modern world was a complete simulation. It was a veil. And really, both him and her were secret Christians living in Roman times, and they were secretly celebrating the return of Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he said from that point on, he writes about this in his personal notes, and he never expected for these things to be published. But he keeps writing about it. In the last 10 years of his life, he wrote several books that he says were completely dictated to him by some other intelligent force. And he wrote these journals, and it was like 9,000 pages of these journals, and they've only published some pages of it, but it's really interesting stuff, man, because he I think the difference between his work and people that have taken inspiration from it is, like I said, so much of it is based on his own personal experience, and so much of it is like him genuinely trying to be curious about what it is that happened. Because you can go through his personal journals, and on one page he'll sit here and be like, he'll be completely skeptical, completely atheistic about the whole thing, and think that he was losing his mind. And then in the next book, he's referencing like Greek mythology, and he's trying to understand like this being that is coming to him. He calls Ballas, Vast Artificial Living Intelligence System. That was one of the last books that he wrote. Yeah.
Wow. See, that's right up my alley. I got to really look up this guy's work now, and I look forward to you doing more stuff by him, or written by him and adapted by you. Man, that's going to be amazing. Wow. So So I'm just curious, are you visiting Thailand now, or are you just living there permanently, or just hanging out for a bit?
Yeah, man, I'm thinking I'm going to be staying out here for a while. It's
okay.
It's pretty cheap, and I can focus on the comic stuff. I can focus on the research into Philip's work, and spend most of my time writing. There was actually, if you don't mind, I know that you guys probably want to move on to like another segment of your show. Is it cool if I share my Substack of the latest analysis that I did?
Go for it, man.
Go for it. Give me 1 second.
You'll have to click it, Lorenzo, when it pops up down below.
Thank you.
Give me 1 second.
Just trying to make sure we're ready. We're ready to go.
I know. Yeah. I don't know what I'd do without you, son.
But yeah, I'm definitely, while you're pulling that up, I'm definitely going to do a deep dive on this guy.
Oh, for sure, man. My friend who was always talking about him, I thought, yeah, okay, he's fine, you know. But now it's just like, all right, well, I've been missing out.
Yeah, so I try to do I need to join the chat on here? Is that what I need to do? I'll put it in the private chat because it wanted me to log into
Okay.
YouTube for some reason.
Oh gosh.
So I just posted. This is my Substack. So I write the scripts for the YouTube videos, and I just post them in my Substack. I reference those, and whenever I'm doing my recordings for the YouTube channel, I'll have a video of it up probably in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
Philippines is super cheap to live. Retirement, here I come. Yeah, totally, Mojo. Yeah, Thailand is like, it's super cheap, man. Like the condo, this little, I'm staying in a little condo, but like it's less than like $200 a month, bro. It's just ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm trying to copy that link. So, it's in the private chat, but I can't get it to. When I click on it, just goes to a different page.
It looks
then
like
once it goes to that page, then share that page.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You're just indispensable. All right, here we go. All right. Go. All right.
So yeah, if for those that are interested in just like learning more about his work, because I guess I'm just trying to evangelize his work and share it with people. But if you look at the Substack or you look at YouTube channel and stuff like that, I have links and references for where it is that you can learn more about his work. And so I try to point people in that direction. And I also have a couple episodes recorded of the Philip K. Dick Files podcast, which is going to be bringing on people that are in some way connected to Philip K. Dick, whether it's like family members or different people that I've run into that have been connected with them. Like there was a film festival. There's a film festival. Actually, you guys might want to research into that. There's a film festival coming up of his here pretty soon. It's like close to his gravesite. I think it's in Colorado. I think he got buried in Colorado. And so people do like a pilgrimage where they go to the film festival and then they go and they pay respects at his gravesite. And I think here is going to be the last one. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do it. But if you look into the film festival, you'll get turned on to all sorts of really interesting people with really far out ideas. There's a guy I just interviewed who was a filmmaker, and he put one of his films in the festival, and I interviewed him. His name is Nick, and the film is called Super Beef. So pretty soon I'll have that up, and I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you guys. But he was telling me about this woman that I'm trying to get a hold of, who she said that she used to work for the FBI, and she did like the facial recognition software for the FBI. And she did this talk at this Philip K. Dick Film Festival where she's talking about that they knew that this is what it is that he told me. I don't know. I have not talked to her or anything like that. I'm not sure it isn't, but I'm interested in talking to this woman because she did this talk at the Philip K. Dick Festival. But she says that the FBI knows like so much more about aliens and extraterrestrials, and they're just not telling us. And
100% believe that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. You know, the public, they really could not handle it. They can't handle the truth. They really, if they knew about that, they just go, you know, their eyes are rolled back in their heads and just freak out. Yeah. So yeah, I totally believe that. Yeah.
Do you think that the news stuff that's been going on, like they're supposedly disclosing some things, right? Or do you think that's bullshit or what?
I think they're lubing us up for the revelations that are to come, because it's going to be harder and harder to hide the truth, because they just keep popping up and doing crazy stuff, you know, and you see things happening, you know, that's just unexplainable. Oh, that was just I don't know, the Northern Lights. No, I don't think that's what that was. Yeah, I'm sure of it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some people that try to discredit, you know, if they come out and talk about those kind of things, or they're just a, you know, they're just a wackadoodle or whatever. But I believe most of that stuff. But yeah, I'm totally open to that. And man, that's I'm gonna look for that film festival too. I mean, I won't be able to make it probably this year, but I would love to see more about Philip K. Dick.
Very cool.
Yeah, I think what's interesting about right now is like everything just seems to, like with the AI stuff, everything just seems to be accelerating. And when you read his books, like it's almost kind of like taking acid or something, because it starts to trip you out in a way that's very fitting for the time, because I feel like it's becoming more and more apparent to us that reality is so much more malleable than we thought it was. You know, like we used to think that like we live our lives with like these blinders on, right? It's like we go and we do our job, and then we fight for traffic to get home, and then we sit down and we eat our meal with our kids and whatnot. But then now it's like you have like artificial intelligence, and you have all these different things that are going on at the same time, and it's just such a strange time.
Yeah, I think a lot of we've been kind of like dumbed down, and now all this stuff is coming out with the AI and more. I think things are being revealed about the visitors, wherever they come from, another dimension, another planet, or whatever. And some people, you know, they're just not ready for it, but they're trying to ease us into it. You know, they're trying to. That's because we're going to have to come along. I mean, you just can't keep the truth from us for that long, you know, forever. You know, it's been long enough. So I'm totally down with all that stuff.
Yeah. It's like the whatever the control was that the gatekeepers had over information and things like that. It's completely falling apart, you know. And like people were once the internet came along, it's like they can't stop it now.
The technology there, the technology that it's at everyone's disposal. They just can't keep it from everyone. They can't hide it. You know, that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Wesley, it's been awesome having you here, man. And wow, I'm gonna put Marcus beat me to it. Somehow missed your YouTube information, but I'm gonna put it down below in the information down below. Marcus already put it in the chat. You did already, right? I think you did.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
I'm gonna add that later. So man,
cool.
It's been great. It's been great. I mean, it's been such a fun thing. I mean, it's been so enlightening. So man,
I have a new obsession with Philip K. Dick that I've got to get out of my system now. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Cool.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm totally. So Wesley Edwards Art on the gram and on YouTube. And you have a Twitter account, right? You still have Twitter. Well, Twitter is kind of like much less information, but you're on Twitter as well, and Facebook. If I'm mistaken. Yeah. So
yeah, I'm
look
pretty much
for this man. Yeah, look for this man. Look for his art, and look for his adaptation of Philip K. Dick's work, which is great. I read. You can get the first copy of it for free from his IG and from this chat. So man, thank you for joining us, man. It's stay in touch. Yeah, we'll have you back sometime soon. Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely, man.
All right, take care.
Easy, guys.
You too.
See ya.
Wow, that's awesome. Hey,
finally, I'm the star.
That's right. In fact, Jesus, take the wheel. I'm gonna I gotta plug my computer in. I forgot to plug it in. What if something's going on here? All right, here we go.
Check out my shirt if you like my shirt. TaylorWinder.com. It's cool.
All right, I can figure out how to do this.
Well, while he figures out how to YouTube, I will say check me out every Tuesday night on YouTube, Circumstances. We have our FOC and chill. Last night was a lit show. I shared a little clip of it on Instagram if you want to check that out. But we had a packed house. 10 members is the StreamYard limit, and we hit that limit. John's Comics with Kids came through and brought a lot of people out of the woodwork last night. So it was a crazy night, and I enjoyed it. So if you got some time, definitely check out that replay. And come back next Tuesday, because I will be there every Tuesday night, ready to rock and roll. And also, we didn't get to say hi to who else snuck in here? We had Beckerman sneak in here, my brother from Kansas City representing. What's up, Beckerman? We also got Aggressively Relaxing, who snuck in while we were doing the interview. And then we've got Promiscuous Time Traveler Kyle, who is representing those TaylorWinder.com shirts. And they are very comfortable. I agree. Definitely check them out, guys. It's worth the price of admission. And the thing that Taylor does, I've said this before, but what Taylor did so well is like, his shirts aren't promoting himself or some brand. He's like putting stuff on there that comic book nerds like us want to see on our shirt. And that's the way it's done. So definitely give it a look, man. We got 80s guy in the house, my flavored whiskey brother. What's up, 80s guy? Good to see you, man. This was the Department of Truth episode. Accurate. You know, it's funny. Like, I used to be the kind of person that would never believe in any of those things. So if you told me a story how you had an alien encounter, I would never even remotely consider that you were telling the truth. I would never even. But now, in the age that I'm in now, I'm like, yeah. Like, you know, all that stuff when he was talking about Philip K. Dick and he was talking about how some other entity was telling Philip all this stuff and all that. Younger Marcus would have been like, get the fuck out of here. But older Marcus was like, yeah, maybe something was. I don't know, man. I don't know shit anymore. So
life experience, my friend.
Oh, we got just a Rican and his comic sneaking in.
Oh, hey. I missed a bunch of folks here.
Happy new comic book day. Yeah, Kyle snuck in here too, Mr. PTT. While you were
PTT? Oh, where is he? I missed him.
Promiscuous one.
Oh God, one of the along with you and Willie's and Damien, one of the OGs from way back in the day.
I like to call him the slut time traveler person.
I'm sure you mean that with love.
In all love. I was hanging out with Kyle at 6 a.m. this morning over on Comic Journeys channel. We were having a good old time. So nice awesome. To start. I started my day with Kyle. Now I get to end it. So what more can you ask for?
The day is complete. Man, what a great interview, man. I love this interview set we've been doing lately.
I'm not lying.
Really great stuff.
I'm not lying. I'm absolutely gonna do a deep dive on that dude. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I knew. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I knew of him, but I didn't know it was in the public domain. First of all, that I could, and using public domain stuff is great to get your juices flowing as far as an artist goes. That's
especially if you can find something that's not as well known as like Philip K. Dick. Not as well known as maybe it should be, and you get an opportunity to bring that to the light. Definitely a good move. I like it a lot.
Yes, sir, for sure. Oh wow. 80s guy, we see y'all 80s guy before? Or has he been here before? Or did I miss?
Yeah, I said what's up to him, my flavored whiskey brother.
He's nothing not a connoisseur of flavored whiskey, that's for sure. Oh man, that's awesome. All right, so man, that's where we at here? I guess what's good. Let's do what's good. What do you got? You got one thing? I guess I'll start off and I'll put you in the middle, and we can do it that way. So we're now doing what's good, folks. What's out there?
So this is the biggest Tom King's. Oh wait, sorry. Is it you first or me first? Sorry,
you first. I'm getting you in there. Yeah.
Okay. This is the biggest Tom King.
Oh no, sorry, it's me first. Yeah, you're right. Oh, sorry, scratch. Yeah. Never mind.
This is the biggest Tom King.
All
right.
I don't want to complain. All right, what's good out there? Let's see. All right, first of all, I want to show this thing I picked up in my latest unboxing that I have not edited yet. It's the art of Alejandro Ishikawa.
What's up,
Ishikawa. I thought you might like this one, huh? I chose it just for you. Ishikawa.
She did. She THICC.
And I'm sure you would agree. my God, what's going on here? This thing is just so crazy. Oh, it's just like oh yeah. He's like a good girl artist, right? And
She can have it if she wants it.
that's what I'm trying to get to here. The linear is so linear. I can't find this. I got used to. But he's got this is picture book, right? I don't know if I can show a lot of it because it's a little risque. But hey, what are they going to do? Kick me off of YouTube? Yeah, probably. I just edit some of them. Like this is the back cover here. You can see it. He does the good girl with glasses, and it's all just
sucker for that look.
It's all pinups, you know. I got it on my comic shop. It's a $15 book, but I got like 30% off, so like about $11 for this book. And if you're a fan of picture books of beautiful stylized women, this is something that you might want to look into. Oh, too dirty, too dirty. Oh, this one's okay here. this is warrior women. And
Ichikawa?
Yes, his name is Alejandro Ichikawa. This is him right here. The fellow right there. And it's more of his work. So, man, this if I know you're a fan of this kind of stuff, so I know you're not the only person out there who feels this way. And he's kind of got some like stuff inspired by other people. You can tell this is definitely a Red Sonja inspired kind of a thing here. And I mean, some other barbarian kind of woman. So, yeah, the art of Alejandro Ichikawa is pretty good. So I'll toss it back to you, son.
There's no story in that. It's just hot chicks.
It's all pictures. It's all a picture book.
Dirty
it's all
pervert.
bathroom material.
You pervert.
Some people might say. Some say.
All right. Well, going back to what I was saying, there's not a bigger Tom King Stan channel on YouTube than this channel right here. And so
this guy.
For my was it good, I'm gonna go with Tom King's Helen.
What's good? I don't want to step on Bueller and Bob, which was a very good show this week.
What's good? Yeah, it was good to have them back on Monday. Yeah,
it was good to have them
so
back.
Is it good? What's good? Whatever you want to call it.
Close enough. Go take it.
This is only the second issue. This one came out today, and I was a little reluctant to do this one today, but I was like, I haven't done one in a while, and I definitely like the setup. The only reason I was reluctant is like if the answers to the questions that are being set up are dumb, then the whole book's going to be dumb. But I am definitely intrigued by the questions. You have this Helen of Windhorn who had a father and a grandfather with kind of weird history that we're still trying to figure out and understand. Her father is dead, and so she's been taken in by her very rich grandfather who is very weird, and I don't understand him at all. But I like the setup. I like the questions that are being set up. I really love the art and the what is it? The God, what was that show on PBS?
Masterpiece Theater?
No,
Downton Abbey.
Yeah. And there's a major when she gets to the estate. Well, I guess it's called Windhorn, but she gets to the estate and has a major Downton Abbey kind of feel to it, which I really enjoyed. I love that show, Downton Abbey. And so I think that's what's really drawing me in. And the art is different, but I like it. It's very different. It's a particular style. I'm not even sure who is the artist on this one. Bilquis Evely. Very distinct art, and I like it. It may not, not everyone may like it, but as I got through these two books, I more and more just like the distinct style of this book. It's a Helen. Like Werther is Something is Killing the Children. You get the sense that this Bilquis is this book. So I'm enjoying this one. Is it good? Time will tell. Like I said, if the answers to the questions that are being set up is dumb, then the whole book will be dumb. Kind of like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was awesome until it was dumb, right? We'll see how it goes, but I'm in on this one. I'm definitely locked in to find out how it goes. So Helen of Windhorn.
Me too, man. Oh my God, yes, that's such a great choice. Yeah, I was hooked with the first issue. the art of Bilquis Evely. And you're right, she fits that style perfectly, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm not really a fan of watching rich people do stuff and that kind of thing, but I did love Downton Abbey. I mean, they made you like the people. They were very likable. I mean, they were.
Who was your favorite
elite.
character? My favorite character was the crotchety old grandma. I fucking loved her.
Oh, the Dowager, as they call her.
I haven't finished that, actually.
The Dowager.
I should go back and finish that.
Yeah, I haven't finished it either, but I got kind of sad when one of the characters died. I didn't.
Was it
that
one of the daughters?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
one
was
of the
not
daughters.
happy about that
Yeah.
No, she was so pretty too. She was my favorite daughter.
I
How
know.
dare they kill her?
That was a shock, I think, to everybody that watched the show. Yeah,
she was gorgeous. She was the best looking daughter, if you ask me.
I know. How sad. And her death scene was so realistic. I mean, she was actually dying, and you're like, oh no, don't die. But my favorite character was the butler with the secret past. You know,
yeah, he was fun.
I
liked his girl. His girl was she was down.
Yes,
that was a down ass chick right there.
All the gossip that goes on behind the scenes, you know, like
with the help.
Yeah, with the help, you know, it's like two different worlds. I mean, it's people who have to dress formally for dinner. What the?
Yeah, fuck all that.
What is that about, man? But anyway, it was an enjoyable show, and I loved it. And so is Helena Windhorn. So,
definitely check it out. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Tom King Stan account.
Don't tell nobody. All right. My second, what's good? Actually, I may have three. You only got the one, right? So maybe I was running into.
Yeah, you know, I only got one. Yeah.
The first one is just kind of a drive, but I haven't read it yet. But I just thumbed through it, and I know the story because it's from past issues. Is that this Batman big old collector's edition for like $15? I think Scotty had like the foil one, but I got the regular one, man. And this is so beautiful. Oh my God. I mean, this thing is worth it. It's totally worth it. And it's a lot of books that many of us can't afford to buy. You know, we know the stories and everything. It's the first appearance of Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul, depending on how you pronounce it. And it's presented in this full, just giant format where they made it as big as they possibly could and still keep the old format intact. It looks so excellent, man. And it collects all these keys that you guys know which ones we're talking about here. His first appearance. It's like, and then it picks up, I think, 10 issues later with more story afterwards, and has all these stories in here, and 4 more of Batman getting shot. So Robin and Batman both apparently don't get shot, but they make you think that they do. And this is, if you can, and I don't know who out there, Beckerman, who I saw come in, and Beckerman shout out. I didn't have, when we were doing the interview, I didn't get a chance to shout him out. I shouted did you? Okay, awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sure Beckerman's probably got these books because he's just he's just the man. But a lot of us, may or may not ever get these books, especially in high grade, or I just take it in as a reader copy. But man, this is something you need to check out if you are a DC fan, a Batman fan, which I am definitely a Batman fan, and not super hard of a DC fan. And the last thing,
real quick, do you have that because I saw it in that book. Do you have that Superman Muhammad Ali book?
Oh, that's one of those things I had years ago, man. I wish I still had, one of the casualties of having parents who throw shit away. I'm sure I bought it when it came out, and Superman versus Spider-Man, the first issue too. I'm sure I had both of those books, man, but unfortunately not now. I wish. And the last thing is, I saw on Bueller's show that this was Robbie's pick also. Robbie's pick of the week. I don't know how often we intersect as far as that goes, but this time we definitely did. This was the penultimate book from last week. It's Uncanny Valley. I'm not doing a formal review on this, but it's good. The first issue, I don't want to give too much stuff away in there, but the artist is Dave Wachter, and it's written by Tony Fleeks, which, you know, he's a great artist in his own right. And Wachter has to do multiple styles. He has to do a more realistic version, and he has to do a cartoony version of characters, because, you know, cartoons come to life, and it's like a really cool thing that he's able to do to pull that off. Man, they don't reveal a whole lot in this first issue, but it's enough to really get you going and thinking that some good stuff is coming up for this. So yeah, Uncanny Valley #1 by Tony Fleeks, a former Penultimate Book. Also is part of what's good. So yeah, buddy, check out
Tony Fleeks is out here doing it. He's got a Feral. He's got that book. He's back.
He's back in such a big way. All right, so now to move on to the reviews. As we're moving along here, as the show moves along. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Private chat. Oh, that's me in the private chat. Oh. Thanks for those tips, man. I have no idea what I was doing there for a while. Oh, I can copy this thing and add it to the chat. Totally helps. All right.
Oh, that's dope, Mojo.
All right. So let's start this first. Here's the first book of the review. Is going to be Rat City. Rat City is one of the newest Spawn books. It is written by Erica Schultz and art by Z. Carlos. I hope that's the correct pronunciation of that person's name. And let's get the little soundtrack going here, and we can get started with this deal here. All right. See if I can find it. Did I mention this stuff was linear? Okay, here we go. All right. So here we go. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. So Rat City takes place like a century in the future, and there's this like super elite military group. Right, and they're just like wreaking havoc across the world. Right now, they're in Azerbaijan, Azerbaijan, for you to say. And they're just to like fuck up these private citizens, and they're just like killing without remorse. And there's one in the group in particular that's just this really like ruthless character. He's not the hero, but I wonder if he's going to be like a villain somewhere down the line. And the hero is this guy who has there's like, I guess, on one of the missions, the mission after this one, they run into some issues and he loses his legs. He's not the only one. Of several other of the troop also are severely injured. And what the military does is that, well, I'll tell you what, we'll fix you, we'll put these nanotech legs on you, and you'll see how things go. And if you meet our standards, you know, we'll keep you around in the Corps. But it turns out he wasn't living up to their expectations, and he's set out on his ass. And he ends up like, you know, doing like menial labor, like digging in holes and stuff. And just, you know, doing stuff that he thought he never would end up doing. And what happens is some shit breaks out in the city, and he realizes that, well, you know, maybe I don't have enough what it takes for the military, but maybe I have enough for what it takes just for my own life. And then he is, without giving away too much, there's some stuff that happened in the Spawn universe that people who read Spawn probably know more about than I do. But Al Simmons did something that affected the entire Spawn universe. And what that did affects the nanites, I should say, in his legs. And the nanites started doing some crazy things. And next thing you know, well, that's what we have to find out in the next issue. So, yeah, so Rat City, highly recommended. One of the few books about Spawn without Spawn in the title. So, and not written by, and not written by Todd either. More about that later. All right. So the second book is going to be, this is one that someone in the chat told me, I wish I could remember who it was, but they mentioned it a few weeks ago. It's called The Crying Boy. All right, so the Crying Boy, gosh, this is a very spooky story here. This takes place when this family moves into this house, right? And sometimes when you move into a house, there's stuff left behind by the previous tenants. And this particular house in New York, there's a portrait of this creepy ass portrait of a boy crying, you know, and the kid just falls in love with it right away. And mom was like, yeah, well, you know, something might happen to that picture. It might disappear one day. So she's not so in love with it. And there's some strange things happening in the house that she can't quite put her finger on. And one day she runs into, like, you know, her next door neighbor, who is talking to her like, hey girl, did you know what happened in your house? It's just like, there was a fire and everyone died. It was like an entire family, you know, a couple and their young son. And she was like, wow, I really ain't trying to hear that right now. So she can't really get it out of her mind because that's some heavy shit. And she keeps thinking about that portrait too, you know, and then she has her own little reflection where she talks about, she thinks about how her and her son, because right now she's a single mother because her husband was killed. He was a cab driver and he was killed by this, you know, this insane person that he gave a ride to. So she's really trying to deal with that. And one day her son just starts pointing at the painting and laughing, and it looks to her like he's on fire. So she rushes him to the hospital, and when they get there, it's like, lady, there's nothing wrong with your son. He's just fine. And so on the way home, after looking like a complete idiot, she runs into the neighbor again, and the neighbor says, you know, maybe you need to take my advice and go see this medium who has a way of talking to the dead and contacting spirits and stuff like that. So her and her family member who she's talked into coming to stay with them for a while, they're like, that one was crazy, you know, until some shit happens later on that same night, and she's like, call the neighbor, call the medium, and that's where we leave off at. And man, it looks like it has a lot of room to grow in this story here. And it's kind of in the same, if I mentioned you see the creative team down below is Niall O'Rourke and Rob Moran. But Rob Moran's artwork style is just super, it's almost like your favorite artist, Damian Connolly, who does You Promised Me Darkness. It's very similar to that. I don't know if they use, like, they alter photographs, or they take their own art and they alter it some kind of way, but it looks very unique and very different. It looks kind of photorealistic, but it also looks, you know, very, I don't know, like it's an art print or something. I can't describe, but it looks good. So, yeah, Crying Boy number 2, it may have come out this week. I did not pick it up, but I will be looking for it. So I did not pick this one up. I did not get this until like last week, so I didn't get a chance to read it until now. But yeah, if you like spooky stuff, this is it. This is it right here.
That's an indie book right there.
That's right. Keen Spot. The Keen Spot, baby.
That's cool.
All right. Yes. And the last book is one you might recognize. It's Sam and Twitch Case Files. Number 1. Written by, brace yourself, written by Todd McFarlane and co-written by John Goff. All right, so I don't know if this is the first Sam and Twitch series ever, but
it's the second.
It's the second? Okay, but this is probably the best one that I've seen. I remember them from the Spawn universe, but not so much, you know, individually. So Sam is like, you know, kind of like the hothead of the bunch. And it starts out not with Sam and Twitch, but with this dude running through the woods, like running to this what looks like not a safe house, but some kind of a house where people rendezvous to do bad things. And weird things happen to this person. And then we're just shot from that scene into Sam in this diner talking to one of his CIs, right? And the kid is not being cooperative, so Sam slams his head into the counter, which is a typical Sam thing to do. That's just so Sam, right? And the other kid runs out like, get me the fuck out of here. I don't get my face slammed into the thing. And, turns out this kid, is kind of a dick, but he's just a, a dumbass kid. And fortunately, the kid has connections. Like his mother is like, knows people in City Hall. So Sam gets in trouble. He gets called on the carpet. And both him and Twitch have to pretty much, face the consequences for Sam's actions. And Twitch is kind of like had it, man. He's like, Sam, all this shit I go through because of you, and you keep doing it. You just keep getting us both in trouble. It's the typical, the dressing down by the captain in his office. I want to take your badge and blah, 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 blah. But this time, I'm going to suspend you. Not only do you suspend Sam, but you suspend Twitch as well. And Twitch is like, dude, I got suspended. Maybe, this is it. Maybe we shouldn't even be partners anymore. I don't know if they've been to this point before, but he's reached that point where he's just like, I've had enough. At that same time, one of Sam's buddies from the academy calls him up and says, like, I got this case, man, and I'm kind of stumped on it, and I need your help. And that's where we leave off, where they're showing the aftermath of that case, and Sam and Twitch, or at least Twitch initially, will become involved in this case with this fellow. So, yeah, for $2.99, man, this is a really great deal. Cardstock cover, so it moves so quickly. It's a good, fast read, and I tell you, Todd McFarlane is a great artist, but I have not been a fan of his writing to this point. This is the best thing I've ever seen write. Maybe because he's got a co-writer with him. I don't know. But, man, this is something I was not expecting, and it was a pleasant surprise for me. So I recommend Sam and Twitch. I bought the number 2 today, as y'all can see in my haul video. And that's all I have to say about that.
Good stuff. Yeah. I support Todd just for those nice quality books for $3, man.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but that's what Bueller does. Hey, you got a ton of Spawn, and I don't. When you pre-order those two, they're like $1.95.
Yeah.
How can you turn that down? How can you turn that down? I'll take that. So I'm glad I took a chance on this, and now I'm gonna sub to it. So yeah, good stuff, man. Let's see if we can get the old share screen going. There we go. First try. How about that? I'm learning. We're getting there. All right. So next week, what do we got? We got the Ultimate Spider-Man number 4, which I'm also behind on. Big surprise, along with everything else behind, but everything else old now. So which of the Ultimate books are you signed up for? Just Black Panther?
Just Black Panther, yeah, because Brian Hill is why.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down with all the Ultimate going forward, as long as they're good. Like I said, this is the best stuff coming out of Marvel right now. I don't know why they just can't make everything the same quality as this. Amazing Spider-Man 48. Is that not the same exact pose? First appearance of Chasm? That 48, they're falling off a building? Are you done?
I'm done. I've been done with Amazing Spider-Man. Just done.
Stick a
believe already. I quit this series. Quit this volume.
How clean. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just doing that.
I quit this volume at issue 6, and I can't believe we're already at 48 on this volume. It's crazy.
Twice a month for you. Oh yeah. Oh, it's at least twice a month, and then throw in some specials too. The detective comics, though, there's another book that I'm seeking, but not reading, unfortunately, because I only read a few at a time. But I know it's going to be good whenever I get around to it. Some nice, very nice cover here. I want to show Javier Fernandez. Oh my God! I mean, that is like, that's incredible. That's, I mean, the architectural fucking layout of this thing, man, is just so tough. And to get that glow there too, and that exaggerated cape, that is so awesome. That could be from one of the Batman movies or something. Also, Guillaume has done one from the Carmen series, among other things. And Jim Lee. Oh, Jim Lee. Jim Lee. Yeah, so he's got some. Do I recognize that character? I don't know who the hell that is. That's not Oz, is it? No, that's some other, almost like the Hobgoblin, sort of, kind of. And Sebastian Fiumara, the 1-5, with the exaggerated long ears that I love, a la Norm Brayfogle. Side point, Norm Brayfogle. He used to do that style. Like a hole in his chest. It's still pretty cool.
It's very nice.
Yes, sir. And look what's back. Her girl, Erica, is coming back next week. I love that they take breaks.
For it. There's some great covers on that one. Jenny Prison has a great cover. I bought like 5 of them.
There, look.
Don't forget to present.
That's what she said. All right. Something. All right. All right. Yeah, this is a let's see. That's a prison.
And there have some gold foils too. With the next, I think it's going to be the next 5 issues are all going to have gold foil variants. And
yeah. What this one? I know I ordered at least one of them. This one here. This is the Deladera, but it's just the gold. I wonder. This probably looks so dope in person. You know, with the gold that's in the back. How many you got?
I bought at least 3. It might have been 5. I definitely bought at least 3.
3, 5. Who's counting? Yeah. That's your jam, man. That's how it's supposed to go. You know. Allow FOC. I usually grab those FOC ones too. It's pretty nice.
I'm wondering if these gold foils are going to be a thing or not.
Also,
because they're open order, right? So I'm wondering if there'll be plenty of them or not.
I don't know.
The hype seems down for this book, though. It doesn't seem to be as many people excited about it still.
That's good. That means that the orders are low. Your book will be worth a lot more once it becomes more popular again, and it will, because she will be very popular.
Number 1 is still not coming down. I check at least once a week the prices on number 1. And, still not coming down.
I'm so glad I got number 1 and number 2 graded. Man, that's not going anywhere. Yeah, this is Jay Lee. Jay Lee, an excellent cover artist. You know, love his stuff.
Oh, that's the 1 in 100. Good luck on that one.
Yeah, you 3 of those, did you?
No, I ain't balling like that. I'm a baller on a budget.
Tell me about it. Ball on a budget. All right, moving on down the line. Green Arrow, Daredevil. You're Daredevil still, are you? I think it's
I'm still on it. Actually, no, I think I jumped off of it. I did jump off that one. I don't think I'm not that big of a Daredevil fan, I've learned.
Me either. I mean, I like the character, but I only like him under certain circumstances, you know. Like in the TV
Present.
series, present. Hey, Jose is back. He's present. Yeah, I like in the TV show, sometimes they'll drag out an episode. Like, dude, I mean, I get it. He's in misery. He's getting his ass whooped. Move it along already. It's just like so painful. And then he's like fighting Wolverine in some issue. Like, come on, that is a mismatch. Immortal, you know, healing Wolverine with butcher knives on his hands is fighting man here. His only skill is that he's like really got really good reflexes and he can see even though he's blind. You know, it's like, man, don't put him out of his element. Keep him in health, you know, with the down street level, that kind of thing. Street level villains. World Tree. I have not read the last issue of that one. I think this is the last issue of Duke. So you're not into Duke, but a lot of people are. A lot of people are into Duke, and it's been very good. Baby, good. Guess what? Guess what's coming to an end? Not just the world, but guess what's coming to an end? That would be. Yes, go ahead. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. At least the current run of it is coming to an end. Sophie Campbell, who's been, I guess, writer for a long time. This is her last issue on this run, and I did, I think, 1 or 2 issues here in open order. I got the Kevin Eastman B cover because I like a lot of his covers. This is the last issue, and last issue, you know, I like to have, like, you know, for sentimental sake, this was the last. Plus, sometimes they have low print runs too, and, you know, being worth a little bit more than others do. You can get them for a good price, then it's a good deal. And there's
what up, Rude?
What's up, Rude? Good to see you, man. And this is Sophie Campbell foil. Gotta have a foil. I may have ordered this one. I may have ordered this one too. This is an open order, so I ordered a couple of the open order books, and this may be one of them. So, and I'm hoping to jump on because I really like the concept of the turtles, but I just wasn't enjoying the run because it was just way too much of a insider thing for folks who were there for a long time, you know. Yeah, but I'm hoping
it's such a tricky balance, which is rewarding longtime readers while still letting it be accessible to new readers. Such a tricky balance, man.
Yes, it is. I can get this sound back up here. Oh wow, this thing is so slow. I'm running real slow today for some reason. I'm not even in Thailand. It's crazy. What's up, every day? What's up,
Rude? Yeah, your audio was cutting out a little bit here and there, but it seems to be better now.
I don't know what's going on, man. The gremlins follow me from Ecamm over here. All right, so the last thing I'm looking for. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. What's next? Oh, this is really slow. Please bear with me. All right, share this tab instead. The next one is Monstrous from Image Comics.
Say that again.
Monstrous?
No.
The female monster. That had different, names for being female. But it's reaching issue number 51. Anybody out there reading Monstrous? I mean, how could I get this far and I never heard of it? I'm just ignoring all this. 51 issues from Image Comics. So there you go. I just ask for a friend, please help me out. What else we got? Batman Dark Age. I've been meaning to read. I might all read stuff, but I haven't had a chance to read it yet. Named Spider-Punk Arms Race. Now, the Conan run on Titan Books has been doing quite well, from what I can tell. People are loving that. I'm just not going to do the Six Fingers. Number 3 comes out. I got to read number 2. Number 3 is coming out already. A little behind on that. Creature from the Black Lagoon lives. Gotta take a look at this. Universal Monsters. This is the second of the Universal Monsters series that they've come out with. This one is not. It is Dan Water and It is Watters,
And
it's 2 T's.
Dan
Waiters.
and Dan Water. I'm pretty sure it's Waters in Rom V.
Is it Waters? Waters with 2 T. Okay. Dan Waters and Ron V. So no writing team. A classic story. I liked Tinian's take on Dracula. I might give this a try. It's a 49 book. What do you think? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Probably not.
What do you say, Eddie? You passed. I might give it a try. We'll see. Waters in the Lagoon. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Bobby D, shout out. Django Fett. Dawn Runner too. They seem to have a theme to the color of their colors. They all seem to be in that kind of yellow ochre kind of a color scheme. Was it you or someone else who was reading Once Upon a Time at the End of the World?
Not I.
There was someone in the chat. Yeah.
What up,
Big
Scotty
pass.
D?
Big pass. Talking about Dan Marino passed on that one. What's up, son? How you doing? Good to see you. Oh man, we're just talking about you.
There's Phil. Phil was reading it.
Oh, there you go. Maybe it was Phil. Okay. Definitely. Most definitely. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Farrell, number 2. You have a chance to read yours yet?
No, I'm letting it stack.
Oh, you
Not
let it
a lot
stack. Let it stack.
Yeah, Stray Dogs was kind of a slow read for me, so I like to read a bunch. It was a good read. I'm just saying it was a slow read, you know. So
Yeah.
I want to binge.
You probably let that stack, and unlike Avengers 97, you can get that, and you can catch up. This is the Rare Flavors too. I'm current on the penultimate issue of Rare Flavors, so I'm looking for that. Oh, here's one, baby. Oh, here we go. Right here we go. Take a look. Spectrograph. This is the meat of the whole preview right here. All right, Spectrograph. I'm going to read a little bit of this because it's an interesting fuck. I like this. Our boy James. Modern masters James Tyler and Christian Ward join to bring you their next horror concept. A ghost story, the decay of a century of capitalism. Amen to that. For years, the mansion has sat strangely nestled into the coastline, just a short drive north of Los Angeles. Rumors have haunted the place for years. Its owner, a titan of American industry with a strange fascination in the occult and the paranormal. For decades, the richest men and women in the country have whispered to each other, trying to understand what he was building alone in that mansion all those years. And now, finally, with death, he never found die. And with his death and his faith, over for sale, they are eager to find themselves. 2 old celebrated visionaries of the multi-awards, James, I don't know if you know all the stuff he's done, and Christian Ward invite you into the world of Spectrograph, a haunted, cerebral horror novel that keeps the layers back of America's popular and uncovers the box underneath. But be careful, you may never leave. Scary, boys and girls, scary. And for fans of some music, I get one of those drops. Right? The Haunting of Hill House and The Conjuring are being compared to this book too. Now, this is an all-star lineup here. James T. Cord, even the letterers are pretty badass. Adita Billikar. And this got a Martin Simmons variant. This is very Martin Simmonsy. It's okay, but it's like, your basic, Department of Truth scream kind of a thing going on. It's very, very weird. The Jenny Frizen variant. I love Jenny. This is not my favorite stuff from her. Quite frankly, it's not. Anything. But this is an order book, so it's not an incentive. And incentive covers, you got one from Alex Ekman, who's done some good stuff. I think I've some books that he on. And Trad Moore puts me in the mind. It's one for 20, 1 in 25. I don't know if anybody remembers Peter Max. Phil remembers Peter Max. I probably remember who he is. He looks a lot like Peter Max. His artwork, in some cases, looks a lot like trippy 60s kind of style. So, yeah, that's awesome. And the last one is the Elder Comics, Joe Schmalky, the wraparound Virgin variant. Schmalky, who was with Scout and their dark line of comic. So I know this. Please tell me you did.
That I did what? Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you order this book?
I have not ordered it yet. I'm gonna pick it up though. I was actually debating not getting this book, but it's time and I gotta get it. So
You gotta.
I was thinking about not getting it.
Oh man, you
time.
Yeah,
I don't
Bobby
have a
D.
choice.
Bobby D remembers him. He knows him too. Yeah. Man, he was so hot back in the 60s, man. He was like making posters and he was a shizznizzle. There's a lot of drops.
You're dropping.
Yeah.
You
I don't know what's
seem
happening.
better now, but yeah, you were dropping a lot through that whole thing there.
I don't know. Maybe is my microphone plugged in? This thing on? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Sometimes it's just the gremlins get you, folks. I don't know what it is. I was having trouble even watching YouTube earlier.
It's not doing it anymore, so that's weird.
Of course, now just gaslighting me. That's what's happening. All right. Yeah, I mean, you had me at this whole, the whole decay of a century of capitalism thing, man. I know I'm not talking about the small business owners out there, people who own your shops. I'm talking about the ones who run the system, man. Capitalism just can't continue as it is, unregulated and unchecked. People are just whistling past the grave shit, man. That's why they blame the president for gas and food prices. Don't blame people in charge. How about
Still,
no?
Yeah. Okay, I heard that one, Chris. Yeah.
All right.
It's
all right.
Not good anymore.
I hear a little.
It does sound like a microphone issue because you are snapping and crackling and popping.
I hear you kind of popping too. I'm gonna plug it back in.
Am I popping, guys? Tell me, am I popping too? Because obviously, if I am, I can't tell. Let me see if I can listen to myself here. You're on mute now. We can't hear you. I seem to be okay.
How the fuck did I get muted? See, it's crazy, man. You hear me now?
Yes, I hear you. Yes.
I know, man. I know, man. That's no accident, Rude. That's no fucking accident. They're out there. They're fucking out there. They're fucking out there, man. It ain't no mistake. One thing I don't believe in. One thing I don't believe in is accidents and coincidences, man. I totally believe in that shit because I'm telling the truth. I'm spitting these truths about capitalism. They don't want me to talk about it. That's all right.
Fuck off, 80s guy.
What's these guys doing now? Mute Marcus. Oh God. Oh God. I'm not sure, Phil. I don't know. They're coming to get me. They're coming to get me. Anyway, Spectrograph, which was very close to being the penultimate book, but I thought it'd be too easy of a call. But man, I'm all over this. Like you know what?
It is an easy call, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was very close to making this a penultimate. All right, so moving on down, get shorted out again. The capitalist picks. Man's best #2 coming down the pike next week. The finale of a Red Light of the AI sex workers, and that's going to be a sight to see there. Blasphemous, which I did not get the first one of, but I'm curious if anyone out there has, because it's another distillery book. I can only get so many of those distillery books, $9 a piece, but I love them.
The Gremlins
All right,
are back.
so, oh God, did you hear any of that?
Yeah, we heard most of it.
I heard some of that, but I didn't hear most of that. That was Papa Duke. What's that, Rude or Mojo? Curious about Papa Duke. Papa Duke, eh? Did I pass that one up already?
I don't know.
Oh, you mean just Duke in general?
Regular Duke, yeah.
Regular Duke is oh, I get it. Yeah. All right, so man, this is crazy. All right, so let's see if we can get through this show.
No, he means Papa Duke. There's a Papa Duke book.
What?
From Scout Comics. In development with Sony Entertainment, Papa Duke is the feared ruler of Blood World and the psychopathic leader of the Night of Cadillac gangs. He is the Thanos of the Night of the Cadillac universe. Assisted by his fiendish disciple, Eves, Papa Duke positions the beautiful Mother Vega as the ultimate goddess queen of his domain. But first, Papa Duke and Eves must destroy everything Mother Vega cares about, including her lover, Cassandra. That's trippy.
That is.
I like the cover. I like the cover.
I can't even find it. What the hell is it?
Control F.
Control F.
Control F, then type in Papa. You can find. That's how I found it. Was Control F.
Oh man, you talking a foreign language to me now. I'm not gonna fuck around with that. I already can't even hear myself talk. All right, so thanks for pointing it out and finding it for me. I appreciate you, son. All right, so all right. Let's see if I can bring this train wreck to a halt and steer it to a safe landing here, because it's time for that
stop at least.
The Gremlin stop. Oh well, you know they'll be back. They'll be back. You can count on that. All right. Let's steer it in for a safe landing, or let's start with our penultimate book of the day, of the week.
Drawing blood.
Close. Good idea.
Damn it. I thought for sure it had to be drawing blood. Dang it.
It was under consideration. In fact, it was under consideration last week. But I've lost it. I blame you. All right, where the hell is it?
Blame yourself. Blame yourself.
About, man. I see. I can't even find it. Where is that? You know,
blame
there
yourself.
We go. Wow. Herman Cain even was a little slow on that one. Jesus Christ, Joseph, Mary, and all the saints out watching the hockey game. All right. The penultimate book, if I can finally get this together.
Dick Tracy.
It's Dick Tracy, boys and girls, moms and dads. And let me tell you why I chose Dick Tracy. If I can find his promo. You think they would have, Mad Cave would have a promo already made for this, but no, they didn't. That's okay. I'll do it. No problem. Here we go. Dick Tracy, y'all.
Dick Tracy returns in a new ongoing comic book series from Mad Cave. A new era for the iconic detective starts here, from best-selling and acclaimed authors Alex Segura and Michael Moriki, as an all-new noir-infused chapter in the Dick Tracy legacy kicks off with superstar artist Geraldo Borges. In the aftermath of World War II, the country stands frozen, waiting for the next shoe to drop. In the city, a brutal murder draws the attention of rising star detective Dick Tracy, who soon discovers the bloodshed is just the beginning of a complicated web that threatens to ensnare everything he cares about. Blending the classic elements of the Dick Tracy world, including his iconic villains, supporting cast, and unforgettable radio watch, with a hard-boiled and realistic take, Dick Tracy #1 kicks off a fresh and modern take on the iconic detective that remains true to his rich history.
Interesting.
Yeah. Did that short out a little bit? That shorting out as I was playing that?
No.
Okay,
No,
it must
not
be
at
my
all.
headphones then. Yeah, the gummers are really fucking with me. That's my man from Pakistan right there. What's up, Willie? Good to see you, my friend. Oh my God, you know it. You just know it.
Willie, don't do it, man. Not with that money.
Man, don't do it. Yes. Prune face, yeah. Bobby D knows those bad guys in the Dick Tracy universe. Yes, and that funky music. That's the funky music, not from Lawrence Welk, but from the funky brothers or whatever the fuck. All right, Dick Tracy got on the Apple Watch. Yeah, no shit. But this is so cool because this is a modernization. It's still not modern because it still takes place in the late 40s, early 50s, but it's taking seriously a kind of a jokey character, because everybody had these like prune face and mumbles and these kind of made up names and stuff like that. But this is like a much more gritty version of Dick Tracy. He's still rocking the yellow hat and the yellow raincoat, but hey, that's his trademark, but this is going to be and it's written by, who's this written by? This is written by oh shit, your boy, Mike Moriki, and Geraldo Borges is the artist. So man,
I didn't know you.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, Mad Cave. I got a really good feeling about this. I think this is going to be really how to watch, and it's like it's like high tech for 1947. So yeah, this is it, man. This is it. This is my pick of the week. It would have been Spectrograph, but yes, you're right, dear. They should, but I gotta do it. I gotta do everything around here. Mad Cave, come on, get with the program. Get your promos. So I have to make an extra video every week. All right. Thanks, Rude. I appreciate you. Man, oh man. I'm gonna get out of here before we go too far over. Let's see. Dick Tracy. I'm Already Dead is already out. It will be coming out next week. Merrimack #4 is coming out. That's going to be awesome. It's a great story so far. The Man Clients will be wrapping up with #5. I'm gonna trade that one. I'm gonna get that in a trade because I've missed like too many to catch up right now. But the first issue was pretty awesome. A lot of second printings and second and third printings and facsimiles. The Sickness is due to be coming out. Drawing Blood. Drawing Blood. I think that's the one I'm talking about. I'm going to say that for last. Green Lantern. I'm not a big Green Lantern fan, but I want to. I'll probably never have the first appearance of Hal Jordan, and here it is, the facsimile edition for $3.99. Marvel, $3.99, and on newsprint. How you like me now? There we go. It's $4.99 on slick paper. Boo. So Operation Sunshine's got another volume coming out. These guys just never stop writing. They're just like they got lots of ideas. They got ideas. Thanks to my brother Willie, he sent me 7 Years in Darkness, Part 1. This is year 2 here. Number 1 first. But the one I want to focus on, like I said before, is this one, which is Drawing Blood. This was your guess, right?
Yeah, that was the thought for sure.
We were so close, man. So close. We were so close. This is a great idea. The legendary Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the iconic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and former publisher of the popular heavy metal magazine, turns to comic stuff with a look into the roller coaster life of a successful comics writer. Oh, okay. When you create a global franchise before you turn 20, what happens? Yeah, I mean, this kid just it's like a kid here, just had way too much success too soon. And that's sometimes you're not prepared for it. Too much too soon. And this is on Image. This is on Image, yeah. So this is a $3.99 book. I'm for sure looking for this. If I didn't, I'm going to get it anyway. Oh, hey, this is interesting. Thank you. Yes. This is already like 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe it was on the Kickstarter, but now we'll use the Kickstarter route to get their stuff out there and eventually get it on a publisher like. So, man, this is how we do it. This is where we are. This is my dream.
This is the way we roll. We roll.
That's right. Oh wow! I got Juno made it, man. At the end, good to see you, my friend. That's so, yes. We've been I've been playing with. Well, that's probably much more fun, I'm sure. And
it's just cool that you might be here, Juno. So we appreciate the fact that you might show up.
Yes, you're always here in our hearts. All the rest of y'all, Rude and everyone else. Man, good to see everyone here. Man, this has been great. I'll try to get those technical difficulties fixed unless it's the man coming for me. So I'll take care of those.
Shouldn't have mentioned capitalism.
Man. I apologize. Long live capitalism. All right. So we'll be doing that. I got some what you got going on, man? You got stuff going on. You got the memes and stuff going on Instagram and stuff. What's up with you?
Always trying to build my Instagram following. I just hit 11,500. So not a lot of followers, but for me, I thought it was pretty cool. And then, of course, every Tuesday night, FOC and Chill. It's always interesting. I put the link in the chat. Anybody who shows up can jump on, and you never know who's going to show up week to week, and you never know what they want to talk about. So it's always interesting, definitely. And if you're bored, catch the replay last night. We had John, like I said, John's Comics with Kids came through, and a lot of folks came out of the woodwork. It was a good time.
I will definitely check that out, man. So that's great. I mean, I've got some things coming up. I'm going to be on Gary B's show in the next couple of weeks, and also on Gallet Roscoe on his drawing show on
You're going to be on Between the Lines finally.
I'll be on Between the Lines finally. Yeah. Nice. I'm looking forward to all that stuff, man. This is awesome. This is awesome. And I love all you guys who stopped by, all you who are watching on the replay, and man, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And that's going to do it for this week. So until next time, we kept you long enough. Thanks for sticking around. Have a great night, and we will see you next week. Peace and love. Peace and love.
City by the Bay, John Denver.
Is the fire really necessary?